Have several big stories coming out of Washington, D.C., including some breaking news from the FBI about former FBI Director James Comey and some evidence they found in the Hoover building inside of burn bags that the American public were never meant to see. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's jump right into the news. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says they have tracked millions of people, illegals, given social security numbers under President Biden, and thousands of them are on the terrorist watch list. How can thousands of terrorists get social security cards and be allowed to live here in America? This would only be allowed to happen under Joe Biden. Listen to what she had to say.
He's brilliant. He's going to be working to make sure that individuals who got Social Security numbers in this country should be using them for the right things, and they shouldn't be on our benefit programs. You know, we have over 6,000 individuals that have been identified through their work already that have been on the terrorist watch list, that they are known criminals.
How does that happen, Madam Secretary? How does that happen?
It happens when you put a train wreck like Joe Biden in the White House, and it's going to be a lot of work to clean it up. But just in the last 4.5 years, we've had over 9 million people get Social Security numbers that are not U.S. citizens. So they may be people who have some sort of legal status, but a lot of them are illegals that were given a Social Security number in just the last 4.5 years. That we're going to have to figure out if they should be here, if they are here legally under a program, and if they are here illegally, then they certainly shouldn't be using that Social Security number to be on our programs, and they should be removed or given the opportunity to go home on their own. That's the one thing President Trump would like, is everybody to be given the opportunity to go home if they would wish.
All right. Now, Elon Musk revealed that the reason that Democrats are putting illegals on Social Security as quickly as they can is because all other government programs verify somebody's identity based on Social Security. So they have to get a Social Security number, then they can be given free health care. They can be given a driver's license. They can be given food stamps. They can even collect Social Security checks, free rent, all kinds of programs that are verified by the Social Security program. But 6,000 terrorists were given Social Security numbers. This is unbelievable. I'm so grateful that Kamala Harris didn't get in, or else we'd have 40 million illegals in here. Now, you guys are going to want to hear this. Representative Brandon Gill of Texas has officially filed impeachment articles against D.C. Chief Judge James Boasberg. That's right. This is the guy that was trying to make Trump's life a living hell. This is the guy that said, hey, I want that plane full of illegals going to El Salvador turned around and brought back immediately. This is the guy that approved Arctic frost and the ability to spy on sitting members of Congress, all of them Republicans, through AT&T. Judge Boasberg allegedly approved secret subpoenas and gag orders enabling Biden's DOJ to spy on sitting senators, breach impartiality, and separation of power. Now, this is just crazy. So he is on his way to being impeached. He is shamelessly weaponizing his power against his political opponents, including Republican members of Congress who are faithfully serving the American people within their jurisdiction. Hey, let me know in the comments. Isn't this incredible news? Like judges are supposed to keep the law and keep order in the country. They're not supposed to be a part of going after political enemies just because you choose to donate to the Democrat Party or you have Democratic belief sets. You should not be allowed to do that. So that is huge news. I'll continue to keep you updated on that. But very big news. All right, here's the breaking news. In a stunning revelation from FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, a hidden room at the J. Edgar Hoover building that was sealed had 7 burn bags. From these burn bags, we learned that Obama was directly in charge of the Russia hoax, using the FBI and the CIA to go after his political enemy, Donald J. Trump. We also learned from these burn bags that Hillary Clinton was directly involved in working under Obama as his puppet to prop up the Russia collusion story, the Steele dossier, all of that. Now, among those were Comey's handwritten notes. The American public was never meant to see this, but they knew, he absolutely knew that Obama, Brennan, and Hillary Clinton were going to try to subvert the will of the American people and to basically try to undermine an election. Now, this is from Trump's lawyer, Mike Davis. Cheers to FBI Director Patel and Bongino. They found Comey's handwritten notes in the burn bag. So here it is. It's really hard to read, but it talks about who was in the room, what the plans are with RHC, her health being an issue. Because remember, Russia knew that she was in poor health, that she was literally having debilitating panic attacks, and they were hiding that from the American people. John Kerry, all of this is involved, and they were able to find that. I believe that James Comey, this guy's going down. Like, you think that this was just about him lying to Congress under oath? No, this is so much more. This is just the beginning. Now, Trump's lawyer went on to say, "Dear Comey, lawyer up, mother trucker. Justice is definitely coming. Nobody is above the law." So this thing is just getting started. It's about to kick into high gear. And I personally think that this is amazing. I'm all for this and cannot wait to see what more comes of it. I'll continue to keep you updated on that. Now, the White House made a major announcement today. They plan to do a large-scale investment into American manufacturing. The Trump administration is putting nearly $750 million in federal loans to boost U.S. production of rare earth magnets. This, the kind that is used in satellites, drones, electric vehicles, cell phones, robotics, hard drives, and national defense systems. We have outsourced most of our mining, our uranium, magnets, rare earth metals. We outsourced all of it. The government is now partnering with Vulcan Elements and Re-Element Technology as part of a contract through the Department of Defense and the Department of Commerce and War. When you add in private funding, the total project will be $1.4 billion with the goal of producing 10,000 metric tons of magnets right here in the United States. Now, right now, we get most of our stuff from China, and we'll probably continue to buy from China, but they're saying, wait a minute, we can't 100% rely on China because they're not 100% reliable. So this is a massive thing. They're also reopening uranium mining and nickel and copper, gold and silver. Those have been happening, but these minerals and metals that are necessary. Now, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the goal is to speed up U.S. production of critical materials, especially those needed by the military. Vulcan officials say magnets are inside every modern electronic device, from computers to military missile systems. Now, switching from manufacturing to election security, USCIS under President Trump has changed how states check whether voters are actual U.S. citizens. Now, that stands for United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS. The agency will work in collaborations with the SAVE program so states can verify citizenship using the last 4 digits of a social security number instead of all 9. Officials say this removes a major obstacle and should make it easier for states to confirm that non-citizens are not, in fact, voting in our elections. And while you're at it, get those 9 million out of Social Security so that they can't vote. I mean, think about it. Some elections came down to a couple thousand votes. So those 9 million, ba-boom, you got to go. Now, USCIS Director Joseph Edlow announced the change recently. A spokesperson said the agency is urging more states to join. However, wouldn't you know it, just like the 21 states that don't want to give up How many illegal immigrants are receiving billions of dollars in SNAP funding? You've got about 21 states that say, we're not getting on board with verifying who's voting and who's not voting and whether they're citizens or whether they're illegal immigrants. So this is, it is a bit of a division, but it is moving in the right direction. And I'll keep you guys updated on that. Now, the announcement follows earlier reform from May 2025 and claims from former DOJ official Antonio Garcia, who said he found thousands of non-citizens registered and voting in friendly states, not the non-friendly, in the red states. He called his findings shockingly bad. The White House says the new system will lead to cleaner voter rolls, less fraud, and more confidence in U.S. elections. All right, now, many people have been saying that Nancy Pelosi was retiring. I was one of those. I want to correct this. Now they're saying she may retire after 40 years of serving the American public. Many Democrats believe that she doesn't want this announced because she wants to control who will take her seat, most likely her daughter or a family member, just like how Gavin Newsom became governor. Now, Pelosi spent recent months focused on Proposition 50, where they are trying to pick up more House seats without proper committees in order to get more Democrats into the House of Representatives. Pelosi told the San Francisco Examiner that winning back the House is essential for stopping Trump's poison in America. Some lawmakers believe that if Prop 50 is passed, which it most likely will, then she will start trying to find a suitable replacement. But until then, her office is saying it's pure speculation that she is stepping down and that they will control when that information becomes public. All right, now moving to New York City politics, NYC Democrat mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani says he'll fight President Trump in court from day one if he dares to cut federal funding to New York City. Mamdani made statements during a sunrise march over the Brooklyn Bridge alongside Attorney General Letitia James. He said the city deserves funding. They need that taxpayer money in order to keep New York affordable and avoid residents living in poverty. Well, you could quit giving away hundreds of billions of dollars to illegal immigrants, but what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet, right? Now, President Trump, he fired back, and I want to show you exactly what he had to say, because I believe that we could see a fight between Washington, D.C. and President Trump. But let me pull this up and I'll go through this with you. President Trump says, if communist candidate Zohran Mamdani wins the election for mayor of New York City, it is highly unlikely that I will be contributing federal funds, other than the very minimum as required, to my beloved first home, because of the fact that a communist, this once great city has zero chance of success or even survival. It can only get worse with a communist at the helm, and I don't want to send, as president, good money after bad. It is my obligation to run the nation, and it is my strong conviction that New York City will be a complete and total economic and social disaster should Mamdani win. His principles have been tested for over 1,000 years. Never once have they been successful, meaning communism. I would much rather see a Democrat who has had a record of success win than a communist with no experience and a record of complete and total failure. He has nothing as an assemblyman, ranked at the bottom of the class, and as mayor of potentially, again, the greatest city in the world, he has no chance to bring it back to its former glory. We must also remember a vote for Curtis Sliwa, who looks better without the beret, is better than Mamdani. Whether you like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it. Mamdani is not. So President Trump is basically saying, listen, Curtis Sliwa, you're a great dude, but you're splitting the vote. Everybody should move over and vote for Andrew Cuomo. Now, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Pretty crazy, right? All right, I have another big story from Representative James Comer about Biden's auto pen pardons. But first, let me show you today's video sponsor. A homeowner, you need to listen to this. In today's AI and cyber world, scammers are stealing home titles and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee with your county recorder, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. Then they take out loans using your equity or even sell your property, and you don't know it's happened until you get a collection or foreclosure notice. So when's the last time you checked your home's title? If your answer is never, you need to do something about it right now. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Gardner at HometitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring on your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Go to HometitleLock.com and use promo code Gardner. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Gardner. All right. Thank you guys for sponsoring the channel. Really cool. You do not want to be caught off guard. All right. I'm going to be bringing back to the stage the next video that I want to share with you. This is from Congressman James Comer. He is saying that there is no way Biden's auto pen pardons will hold up and they will be going to court. He then goes into some details that I had personally not heard. Let me share that with you now.
Many were granted pardons by the auto pen on the last day of the Biden presidency with no record that Joe Biden played any role whatsoever in the authorization of those pardons. So I think all those pardons from Dr. Fauci to the Biden family to Adam Schiff, the January 6th committee, the list goes on and on and on. I think every one of those pardons signed with an auto pen with no evidence that Joe Biden was involved in the decision making. I think every one of those can be declared null and void by the Department of Justice, and I think our evidence in the investigation will make that decision hold up in court. Many were granted pardons by the auto pen on the...
Isn't that wild? I mean, after doing all of that investigation, pulling in dozens and dozens and dozens of people, they found zero evidence that President Biden had any involvement or knowledge of those pardons. So you've got people like Fauci, Biden family members, pencil neck Adam Schiff, and everybody on the January 6th committee that lied and destroyed evidence, didn't let us know that there were almost 290 FBI agents in the crowd pushing people to go into the Capitol. So we've been lied to, and there needs to be justice and accountability. All right, finally, in international news, tensions are rising. On November 2nd, President Trump did a 60-minute interview where he said that Venezuelan dictator president Nicolas Maduro's days are numbered. They know he's been rigging elections. The U.S. now has its largest military presence in the Caribbean in over 35 years. Aiming to crack down on drug trafficking, violent crime, and mass migration tied to Maduro, Tren de Aragua, Cartel del Sol, Generalisimos del Sol. Now, we've got 14 warships in the area, including the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford, nuclear submarines, guided missile destroyers, fighter jets, B-52 bombers, and more than 10,000 troops activated and ready to go. Recent U.S. strikes sank drug boats and killed over 60 alleged traffickers. Trump says each boat kills 25,000 Americans by pushing fentanyl and other deadly drugs up into the United States through Florida. He also accused Nicolas Maduro of sending prisoners and mentally ill individuals into the United States through Tren de Aragua to try to take over different cities and cause chaos. Biden knew about this, worked with them, and allowed it. While Trump doubts there will be full-scale war, he says we are waging a pressure campaign against the cartels, and we will get Nicolas Maduro. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize, said if Maduro falls, Venezuela rises and millions of Venezuelans will come back home. All right, that's my update for today. If you could, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button. Do you think we are going to get James Comey thrown in jail? I promise you, he did not know they had that handwritten note. And now he is about to lawyer up even more, because this isn't about lying to Congress. That was the tip of the iceberg. They have so much more. All right, I love you guys. Stay amazing, and I'll see you on the next video.